Okay.
Good afternoon and welcome to the 178th episode of Talk the Book, the book review program of AP State Council of Higher Education. Today, we are going to have a very interesting book to be reviewed, that is Ikigai, The Japanese Secret to a Long and Happy Life, written by Hector Garcia and Francis Morales. The book is being reviewed by Mr. Pranob K Charles. Pranob did his BTech from JNTU Hyderabad and finished his MTech from Anna University, Chennai. And right now he is working as assistant professor in the Department of Electronic and Communication Engineering at Andhra Loyola Institute of Engineering and Technology. Mr. Pranob has more than 20 years of teaching experience. Though his technical research area is image and video processing, he has a lot of passion for counseling and mentoring, which is evident for he being recognized as a good motivational speaker, influencer, and also a preacher. And he also runs 2 YouTube channels to support his passion beyond teaching assignments. Ikigai. Now, this book argues that the reason why Japanese people live the longest life in the world is because of their Ikigai. The book also suggests that everybody has their Ikigai and also gives some practical ways that people can become aware of their Ikigai. Now, what is the Ikigai? Let us listen from Mr. Pranob K Charles. Over to you, Pranob.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Dr. Srirangam Machu sir. And really, it's a very happy introduction about me. And today, I welcome you all for this book review. And I thank Professor K. Ramohan Garu, Vice Chairman, Director, QAC, and all the APSCHE members and executives, and also all the management of Andhra Loyola Institute of Engineering and Technology. Myself, Pranab K. Charles, working as faculty, senior faculty in the Department of ECE in Andhra Loyola Institute of Engineering and Technology. Today, I would like to give an insight of a wonderful book which I studied. And this book entitled Ikigai, IKIGAI. This is called Ikigai, and it was written by Hector Garcia and Francis Morales. These two are, Spanish authors. They have their variety of their professions, but still they want to find out how come these Japanese, they have their long life, not only long life, but a healthy and a happy long life. That is more important. See, living long is one great aspect, and in support of that, one should be happy. Along with that, they have to be healthy also. And in order to find out the secret, these two authors, they resided in Japan for more than 15 years. And they did a lot of research. And finally, they found the secret behind this is their Ikigai. And Ikigai tells us that it's a Japanese secret to a long and happy life. Now, the question is, what exactly mean by Ikigai? If you type in Google or somewhere, there is no exact, you see, English meaning for this. So loosely speaking, Ikigai is some finding out the purpose in our life. And it's not so simple. I mean, the purpose of finding purpose about our life is a very simple word to define Ikigai, but a lot more things are there in this tiny book. This book is very simple. I mean, looking wise, we think that this book is very small, yet this is very, very powerful, because each and every line, each and every page, and each and every chapter out of 9 chapters, each and every chapter is wonderful. And slowly the authors will try to take us into a different world and of Japanese, how their living style. And also in the middle of the book, they try to introduce us some people who are centenarians, which means that they already crossed 100 years of their life. It's wonderful to read this book and to get something from this book. Now, let me begin this book with some introductory part. This book opens with a beautiful kind of a kind of a diagram. I don't know how far I can show you this. This is the diagram which I would like to show to you. There are four circles which are they are, correlated to each other, right? Let me explain. Let me tell you what are these four circles. The first one is most of us will be doing jobs, will be studying something, and will be doing some work. And that defines what we are good at. Suppose, say, for example, one person might be good at singing, one person might be good at, say, dancing, or one person may be good at writing. Likewise, a person have some kind of a talent where they might be good at. And if you are doing such things, what you are good at, that is fine. But the next thing is what exactly you love. Because sometimes many people here in nowadays, they are good at something, but might not be that they love what to do. Sometimes even we listen to many people saying that, sir, I want to become a great cricketer, but unfortunately I landed up and I became a software engineer. Yes, as a software engineer I'm successful, I'm getting money, and I'm doing good, but this is not what I love. So what you are good at, and the second one is what you love, and the third one is what you can be paid for. Suppose for doing some work, definitely we expect something. So you will be paid for either, if you're doing business, you will get some profits. If you are doing a job, you will get salary, or if you're doing something, you will get wages. So all these things, what you will be paid with. The next thing is what the world needs, because world needs some people to do for the world. So these are the four aspects of people. All the people will be inserted in any of these four categories. The first one is what you are good at. The second one is what you love. Third one is what you are paid for. And the fourth one is what the world needs. So now, say for example, if you are good at something, the book clearly tells us that if a person is good at something, and luckily if that is what he loves it, then ultimately that will become his passion. So you talk about Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Mahendra Singh Dhoni loves to play cricket, and of course he is doing the same thing. So cricket is his passion. Today we see many successive, the people who got lots of success, like cricketers or movie stars or politicians. They love to do something, and if they are doing the same thing, definitely that will become their passion. But and also, if you are doing something, and if you are getting paid for that, and that will be called your profession. By profession, you might be a doctor, you might be an engineer, or you might be a faculty, or you might be something else, because you are good at something, and definitely you will be paid for, and this is called as profession. And the third kind of comparison is you are paid for something, and also if the world needs that, and that is called as vocation. So people kindly mind this word vocation. It's not vacation, it is vocation. Vocation is nothing but, let me define what is vocation. See, vocation is nothing but a strong feeling that you are especially suited to do a particular job, to fulfill a particular role in life. It means you are perfectly suited for that. Sometimes we see some people and we feel that yes, this guy is perfectly and suited for this job. Either he can be a doctor or he can be a lawyer or somebody. So that is called as vocation. So vocation means what the world needs and what you are being paid for. And the last combination, excuse me, what you love and what the world needs, and that is called your mission. So these books tells us four different words. One is passion. Passion is talking about what you can do and what you love. That is called passion. And the next one is profession. What you can do, what you are good at, and what you can be paid for. That is called as profession. And the third one is what you are paid for and what the world needs. That is called as vocation. And the last one is what you love and what the world needs. That is called as mission. Say you can take some kind of a great people in the history. They love to do social service, and world also needs that. Then definitely it will become their mission. uh, Let me quote one example of Mother Teresa. She is she loves to serve people, and world also needs that. So in that case, that will become her mission. So we need to find out in which category we will be coming here. This is what Ikigai is talking about. Ikigai always gives us the purpose, the meaning of the life. Because few things are very important in life. Surviving is different, living is different. Living means it involves good health and also a happy living. So every one of us want to be happy in life. We need to be happy at job. We need to be happy at education. We need to be happy at family. So everything, if it is happy, definitely our lifespan also improves. This is what the Japanese proved. And this story begins with the Japanese island called Okinawa. Okinawa is an island where there are thousands of people living over there, and their average age was much higher when compared to any other part of the world. Because in India, hardly we know that if a person crosses 70 or even 75, definitely he or she feels very old. They become very difficult in walking or doing their own things. People will call them as old people or very old people. They struggle in their life. They're having a lot of health complications. They're having blood pressures or diabetes or many other things encounter their body, and they feel very kind of distress. But if you talk about the people of Okinawa, even the person age is 80 or even 90 also, they look like very active. They can do their own works. They can do simple exercises. So this is the point where it attracted many people over there. That's why these Spanish writers, especially the first writer, Hector Garcia, he spent in Japan for 18 long years. Can you believe that? Person who is away from his country, and he spent his whole life, 18 years of his life in Japan, to find out the secret behind their long span of life. And finally, he found that Ikigai is the reason. And what is Ikigai? We are traveling to that. So we started our journey by defining four kind of things, and also in four areas where we will be suited. The first one is passion, second one is profession, third one is vocation, and the fourth one is mission. So I hope, I believe that I'm not going too fast. I'm trying to give you, you know, uh, because I love this book. I studied this book couple of times, and really it changed. I can say that it changed my perception about the life. That is what Ikigai. That's the reason why today I thought that I can give you review about this book. And now we are going little into the chapters. Actually, this book contains 9 chapters. The first chapter starts of art of staying young, and the next one is little things added up out to our life. and third chapter is how to live longer, and next one is how to turn work and free time into space for growth. That is more important for us, because whenever we find free time, how can we utilize that time properly so that it helps to for our personal growth. That is very important. Next one is masters of longevity, and again is traditions and proverbs for happiness. And next is what the Okinawa people eat and drink. And next, exercises. What kind of exercises they do? Are they doing any sorts of yoga or something else? They do some simple exercises. They are very simple to do, yet they are powerful. And lastly, the most important one is how they resilience. Resilience is the word which I love the most. Resilience means how you come back when there are something happened, unwanted thing happened in your life. Because everyone's life is not a bed of roses. We may have lots of difficulties, so many issues happening in our life, some kind of family problems or professional problems or financial problems, some kind of things. If any such things happen in our life, how can we bounce back? And that is called as resilience. So that was clearly explained in this book, Ikigai, how the Japanese resilience the things. Right. Now let me move to our same old, the same concept what we are discussing, same diagram which I was showing to you. The big circles are the things which I explained to you, and their intersection parts, I believe you can see that. Okay, their intersection parts are passion, profession, mission, and vocation. And next thing is, say for example, a person is good at something. I'm going little bit next level of ikigai. Kindly concentrate, people. If a person is good at something, and of course he love to do that, and the third one is that is what the world needs. If these three things are happening in anybody's life, what happens is there is a lot of delight and fullness in his life. But unfortunately, there might not be no wealth. At the end of the life, they end up with no wealth, but full satisfaction. That life is fullness. Why? Because they are good at something, and whatever they are good at, they love to do, and that is what the world needs. This is one aspect. The next aspect is, if you are good at something, and you know uh, you can be paid for that, and also that is what the world needs. You are good at something, that is what the world needs, and you are being paid for that. If these three things are happening in the life, exactly what happens is you will feel very comfortable in living. Excuse me. Sorry about that. You will be very comfortable in living, yet you will feel empty. Why? Because you see, you are good at something and they are being paid for that, and the world needs that, but yet whatever is happening, that you don't love. That's why there is some kind of emptiness in life. And this is the second aspect. Now let me talk about the third aspect. Third aspect starts for is you love something to do, and that is what the world needs, and you can be paid for that also. So you love to do something, the world is paying for you that, and the world needs that. In that case, I believe that we all think that this is the lucky profession or lucky thing. No. For this purpose, you have a lot of excitement, and also, and you have a lot of, completeness. But the thing is, somewhere or the other, you feel sense of uncertainty. Why? Because you are not good at saying what you are doing. So there may be lack of some kind of proficiency in that. So there is a some kind of uncertainty in that. So this is also what we've been explained in this book, Ikigai. So three aspects now we are discussing. The first thing is we are delightful, fullness, but no money. Second part, we have comfortable, we have money, but some kind of emptiness in the life. And the third category is you have money, you have fullness, but a kind of uncertainty in life. And the last category is you are good at something and you love what you are good at, and the world is paying for that. So what happens for this is you have a lot of satisfaction about this. You got some money, but at the end of the life, you feel this life is useless because finally what you end up is the world doesn't require. So these are the four aspects where what clearly explained in this book called Ikigai. Really, guys, see, if we put all these things on a paper and we find out, definitely somewhere or the other we might have struck that. That's the reason why in somebody's life there may be emptiness. In somebody's life there is no money. In somebody's life there is no certainty what they are doing. In somebody's life at the end of the day they feel that, oh, my life is useless. I earned lots of money, I earned crores of money, I did a lot of things, but still my life seems to be useless. Why? Because what you did is useless for the world. Now in this case, finally what we have to do is, again I'm coming to this book, this paper. If you look at the intersection of all these things, in the middle you have something called ikigai. So ikigai is a kind of a balance between all these things. This is what is very much important, and the authors are try to convince us or try to tell us that all these four intersection is very much important. You have to, as a person, we have to maintain a balanced thing about these things. So what all these things? Again, let me say to you that you might be in a mission, you might be in a profession, you might be in a vocation, or you might be in a passion. But all these things, if you balance that, there lies the real purpose of our life. And that is called, my dear friends, that is called ikigai. It's not so easy to identify what is our ikigai because it should have a clear cut balance between all these things. And this is the place exactly where the authors try to put us that this is the a kind of a most happiest zone where every one of us must enter into that. Because see, we see that we see many people, they are experts in their own areas, they earn lots and lots of rupees, and even the people, the world also like to do that, but ultimately sometimes they may not love what to do. So first of all, identify yourself, where exactly we be fitted into. Say for example, if you take my own personal experience, I love to talk to people. So if I say that I love to talk to people, and say for example, people who are having some kind of issues about their life, I want to be a counselor for them. This is what even the world needs also. But and I feel that I'm good at that. Okay, I'm good at that and I love that and the world's needs. But finally what happens is I may end up with no money, because who will pay for me? Who will pay so that I can take care of my family? That will become a problem. So obviously a person who thinks likewise, obviously he has to do some kind of or the other a kind of a job. Then again this whole scenario will be shifted to the other direction, where my profession will become teaching, and loving is something, and all these things will become mixed up, and finally in some areas where we miss what is our ikigai. One day or the other day, we'll be standing alone and we'll be seeing at the sky and think that what exactly I'm doing. Because the day when you get up early from the bed, because this is also mentioned in this book, getting up early in the morning is one of the promising reasons, or one of the promising thing which the other try to explain us. They get up early in the morning from the bed because that's a very good habit. We need to find out what is the purpose of my life, and we need to thank that we have a good life, we have an opportunity to do good things in this life. This is what how the Japanese begin their life. And now, if I enter into this book, let me go to this few things. If you go to this book, especially page number 119, I repeat, page number 119, the title of this chapter is What the World's Longest Living People Eat and Drink. Because here the authors are trying to, see a kind of a graphical representation to show us that how the span of life, the longevity of life is increasing. And the top first one is the people of Okinawa. And behind that, the normal Japan people. And the next is Sweden. And the last one is USA. I don't know how come the Indians will be at that particular areas. Because today we are believing that the average span of life is being increased. Previously in 1950s and 1960s, the average span of life in India was very less. We used to have many people dying at the early ages. But now, because of this medical advancements, uh, people are surviving much. But still, the question here is surviving is not important. Yes, it might be important, but the most important thing is, are we happy about our life? One must question themselves that are we happy about our life? This is what the book mainly focuses on. Now, I'm entering into this book, these chapters. Okay, they here, if we see that what exactly these people of Okinawa eat. Okay, so they have a kind of a morning table full of things, and I'll just try to read out what they try to eat. A table featuring red peppers, carrots, spinach, cauliflower, eggplant. Okay, and also a kind of things called the legumes and the soya products such as tofu and staples are the main diet of Okinawa. Okay, and their more than 30% of their daily calories comes from vegetables. So how far you're eating vegetables? We need to question ourselves because I rarely eat vegetables. I'm a pure, non-vegetarian. But anyway, but after reading this book, I think I need to change myself. I need to focus towards eating veggies. Okay, and now next thing is grains are the foundation of their diet. This is also one of the interesting thing. The first one is vegetables, and next thing is grains. Okay, see, eating habits are good for health, balanced health. But yet, the next chapters we talk more about how we get happiness, because three things are essential for us by reading this book. That's why we are, doing this book review. The first one is longevity life. Second one is healthier life, and third one is happy life. Sorry about that. Some kind of uh, throat issues. Longevity life will be mainly due to how passionate we are at our work, how much we love to do our work. That is more important. And next one is healthier things will come from physical health, come from diet. That is what the author is trying to explain us, where they include veggies and grains. And see, underline this point: they rarely eat sugar. They rarely eat sugar because they believe that that is of no use, and especially they use cane sugar. Okay, and next thing is, right, Japanese, they try to take 7 grams per day of the salt. Okay, salt 7 grams per day, only 7 grams, whereas the average of a person taking in other parts of the world is 12 grams. So might be we are taking 12 grams or even beyond that, but they maximize or to a level of 7 grams per day. And they consume fewer calories, an average 1,785 per day, and which is compared to more than 2,000 in rest of Japan. See, viewers, what I would like to say here is not all the Japanese live long. We are talking about the people of a specific island called Okinawa, because they are the people who are, there are many centenarians, sorry, there are many centenarians in this particular island, especially for every 8,000 to 10,000 people, there might be one centenarian. Imagine that their lifespan, I mean, their age is beyond 100. It might be 110 or even 120. Unimaginable, because they follow strict diet conditions. They they make their diet conditions at the habit of their life. And this chapter is mainly concentrate on so many things. And here the authors mention so many, they have listed so many things like tofu, miso, tuna, carrots, and goya and kombu. Okay, maybe the names where they can be found in Japan. And also, uh, mainly, there are also some kind of secrets of green tea. This was the topic mentioned over here, because nowadays even in India also, many of us are going to uh, consume green tea rather than regular natural food. So green tea, they are excellent in taking green tea because they always believe that it helps in controlling their cholesterol, lowering blood sugar levels, and improving their blood circulation, and protection against the flu, protection against UV damage, etc. So these are the things. See, we believe that we know all these things, but this has been strictly followed by the people of Okinawa. That is very much required. See, knowing things is not important. Following things are very important. This is the being demonstrated and showed by people of Okinawa. And next, next chapter, chapter 8, talks about exercise from the East that promote health and longevity. Okay, so here I leave this topic to the viewers, saying that why don't you personally read this chapter and find out what all the different exercises or body postures they follow, so that their body will become more flexible and uh, more kind of adaptive to the circumstances. Because we all know that Japan is a kind of a country which was being uh, no, brutally attacked during the Second World War times. Like atom bombs were fallen on Hiroshima and Nagasaki during 1945, if I'm not wrong about that. And from that, they slowly, maintained themselves, and they withstand to many things. Okay, so I leave this chapter number 8 to the viewers. And finally, I am coming to the last chapter of this particular. Okay, see, out of your interest, I'm showing that some kind of exercise posters also being given in this book. Okay? So I want all the interested people to kindly go through these posters. Okay, and finally, I'm coming to a chapter called Resilience. This is more important. Okay? How to face life challenges without letting stress and worrying age you. Because today doctors are saying that whenever a person is worrying too much, a lot of stress will be built up in the body, which may lead to high blood pressures, corona, cardiac related diseases, lung related diseases, and all these things. So whenever we go to a doctor saying that people are getting diabetes and all these things, the major reason is stress. And how do we get stress? The stress is based on challenges in the life, maybe challenges at your workplace, maybe challenges from your family, maybe challenges at from your kids or from your other family members. So how to face these challenges, and that is called as resilience. This is my most favorite chapters of this entire book, because others really marveled this chapter. Why? Because if you start studying these chapters, okay, the chapter paper, I mean, the first page, it begins with the Japanese, Japanese proverb saying that fall 7 times, rise eight. So even though you may fall at 7 times, but your attitude must be you have to get back each time. That is what, because life is full of challenges for every one of us. And here the authors try to explain us that how to cultivate anti-fragility, because some people might be, a very kind of orthodox or a very kind of sensitive in their nature. They easily cry for something, or they easily fear of something, or they easily worry about some things which are happening in their life. And here they try to explain us how to develop anti-fragility, and also, okay, and emotional resilience through Buddhism and Stoicism. These are the two areas where they try to cultivate some kind of, in our words means a kind of a meditation oriented things they used to perform, so that they gain mental power. That is very much important, because if any problem arises in life, it is not that uh, we face it physically all the time. We should have a mental power also. And this is what the authors try to explain here. And meditating for the healthier emotions. Emotions are also have to be controlled, because we should not be easily emotional. Rather than we should be healthy emotional. This is what clearly explained. And uh, you know there is a word called, it's a funny word called wabi sabi. This was the last place where the authors tried to explain. Wabi sabi is a Japanese concept that shows that beauty of fleeting, I'm reading this, fleeting, changeable, and imperfect nature of the world around us. Because one must identify that the world is not so clean outside. It is a kind of imperfect around us, and they try to, perfectionize that. Okay, and there is some kind of art also in Japan, if I'm not wrong about that. If any crockery or something is broken, they will try to coat that with, gold plastering. That is more valuable. Why? Because if somebody is broken with that, those broken pieces are to be attached, and so that they can come up in life to a greater heights. Okay, so these are the things which are nicely explained in this chapter. Along with that, okay, uh, they try to create more options. Okay, see here, the first line I'm trying to read this, it will be more interesting. Instead of having a single salary, try to make money from your hobbies, at other jobs, or by starting your own business. Okay, so always we need to seek some opportunities. Opportunities never come to us. we need to create them. This is what saying. We must all realize this. Okay? We must go for finding opportunities so that the people, you know, uh, understands that okay, we can do something better and to make our lives a better place. And next thing is uh, the savings also they used to do very much. The money saving they used to do very much, which is highly required for all of us. And finally, they try to the authors try to end up this book with a saying that ikigai is an art of living. It is a living style, art of living. Because see, many people are living in this world, but there should be some style of living, the art, how best we can construct our life so that whatever dreams we have, whatever we love, whatever we are good at, or whatever we are highly paid for, or whatever the world needs, all these things should be kept in mind. And accordingly, one must go proceed further to have a, long, healthy, and happy life. This is called Ikigai, and this is all about this book, a tiny book, yet a powerful book, Ikigai. I strongly recommend all the authors, all the viewers to buy this book immediately and read it once. Definitely, I can say that it will change the perception of your life. I wish you all the best. And finally, to conclude with this, I thank each and every one listening to this, watching this. And I would like to thank APSCHE, Andhra Pradesh State of Higher Education Council members, directors, and all the executive body. And a special thanks to Dr. Srirangam Machu sir. And my sincere thanks for giving me opportunity for the director, Elliot, uh, Dr. George Reddy, SJ, Father, and Father Balaswamy, Assistant Director, Principal Dr. O. Mahesh, and my special thanks to IQAC Coordinator Elliot, Dr. Candidi Kuna, and all my faculty members and all my students, for everyone. I wish you all the best, and all of us should have a happy, long, and healthier life. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Pranob. Thank you very much for your lucid presentation of what Ikigai is. And to sum up all your presentation and your review, you have put Ikigai that life is not a problem to be solved.
Yes.
Just we need to remember perhaps something that keeps us busy with what you have highlighted, the four pillars: vocation, passion, profession, and vision. So once again, thank you very much for your review of Ikigai. And viewers, let us meet next Friday with a Telugu book review. Till then, goodbye, stay safe. Thank you very much.